Assalamu alaikum. Today we're going to start a new surah, which is Surah Ash Sharh, meaning chapter of the relief. So let's start. Ala barakatillahi ta'ala. The first four verses of the surah are, after Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alam nashrah laka sadrak ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك. Meaning, did we not expand your chest and lift from you your burden, which weighed down your back and raised for you your remembrance? Is the simplest interrogative particle and is used for questions which may be answered yes or no. It always occurs at the beginning of a nominal or verbal sentence, prefixed to the following word, which is here.
Lam
Is the most common particle for expressing the negative of verbs with a past meaning. It followed by a verb in the jussive mood, which is here.
نشرح
Is the verb
شرح
to expand or to accept from the call in the jussive mood. In the first plural person, we refers to Allah Ta'ala. This verb belongs to the basic strong form of verbs, which all its radicals are strong or sound, meaning there is no weak letter between them.
لك
Is a prepositional phrase consisting of
لا
the inseparable preposition to or for. Here it introduces the indirect object of the verb, indicating the person which the action of the verb is directed, which is
ك
meaning you, referring to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
صدرك
meaning your chest.
صدر
Is a chest, and the last
ك
is a possessive pronoun, means your. To begin the discourse with this question, and then the subsequent theme shows that the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam at that time was very disturbed and distressed at the great hardship that he was passing through in the initial stage of his mission of calling the people to Islam. Under those conditions, Allah Ta'ala addressed him and consoling him said, O Prophet, we have not blessed you with such and such favor. Then why do you feel so disturbed and distressed at these initial difficulties?
وضعنا
Is the verb
وضع
meaning to put or to relieve in the past tense in the first plural person, we, referring to Allah Ta'ala. Now this verb belongs to the basic form of verbs, and it is an assimilated verb, a verb formed from roots whose initial radical is weak, followed by two strong radicals.
عنك
Meaning from you is a prepositional phrase consists of the preposition,
عن
which is used verbs with meanings related to taking away, and
ك
is a suffix pronoun refers to you.
وزرك
Is your burden.
وزر
Here means a burden.
الذي
Is a relative pronoun for plural masculine noun, means this who, which, or the one who, which. This relative pronoun is used to connect the antecedent, which is grammatically definite, to the relative clause. The relative pronoun agrees with the antecedent in number and gender, following the same rules of agreement as adjectives. That's why
الذي
agrees with
وزرك أنقض
is the verb meaning to weigh down in the past tense in the third singular masculine person. Now this verb belongs to the form fourth of verbs, which follows this pattern.
ظهرك
Is your back.
ظهر
Here means a back. That is Allah Ta'ala, by showing the Prophet ﷺ the way to guidance, removed a burden from him. Then as soon as he was appointed to the office of prophethood, he came to know that belief in the doctrine of Tawheed, the hereafter, and prophethood was the master key by which each corruption in human life could be eradicated, and the way to reform opened in every aspect of life. This guidance from Allah Ta'ala relieved him from his burden, and he felt reassured that by means of it he would not only be able to cure the maladies of Arabia, but also all mankind outside Arabia as well.
رفعنا
Is the verb
رفع
meaning to raise high or to exalt. In the past tense, in the first plural person, we refers to Allah Ta'ala. This verb belongs to the basic strong form of verbs, which all its radicals are strong or sound,
ذكرك
meaning your remembrance or your fame. That is, wherever in the world there exists a settlement of the Muslims, the apostleship of Muhammad ﷺ is being proclaimed aloud in the call to the prayer 5 times a day. Blessings of Allah Ta'ala are being invoked on him in the prayers, and his sacred remembrance is being made in the Friday sermons. There is no moment in the 12 months of the year and in the 24 hours of the day when at one or another place in the world the Prophet's ﷺ's name is not being mentioned. Now the declension of these verses are is an interrogative particle,
لم
is a negative particle,
نشرح
is a verb in the jussive mood because of,
لم
with a hidden subject,
لك
is a prepositional phrase,
صدرك
is the object of the verb,
و
is a conjunction,
وضعنا
is a verb in the past tense with its subject,
عنك
is a prepositional phrase,
وزرك
is the object of the verb. The relative pronoun
الذي
is an attribute to,
وزرك أنقض
is a verb in the past tense with a hidden subject,
ظهرك
is the object, and the verbal sentence is relative clause to,
الذي رفعنا
is a verb in the past tense with its subject,
لك
is a prepositional phrase,
ذكرك
is the object of the verb. Now the next 2 verses are فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, meaning, so indeed with hardship comes ease. Indeed with hardship comes ease.
إن
Is an emphatic particle which may introduce both nominal sentences and inverted verbal sentences. That is, subject plus verb. It belongs to a group of particles known as inna and its sisters, and they govern a subject. When this can be inflected in the accusative case, it means indeed.
مع
Is an adverbial of place, means with or along with. It expresses the general idea of connection and association.
العسر
Is a verb noun from the verb,
عسر
meaning to be hard or difficult. So,
العسر
is the hardship. And
يسر
is a verbal noun from the verb,
يسر
meaning to be easy. So,
يسر
is ease. This has been repeated twice so as to reassure the Prophet ﷺ that the bad times he was passing through at that time would not last forever, but were going to be replaced by good times in the near future. On the surface, this appears to be a contradiction, that hardship should be accompanied by ease, for these 2 things do not coexist. But the words hardship with ease instead of ease after hardship have been used in the sense that the period of ease is so close to it as if it were a concomitant of it. Now the declension of these verses are
ف
is a conjunction that introduces what's next,
إن
is a conjunctional particle. The adverbial of place
مع
is a governing term in idhafa construction,
العسر
is its genitive term,
يسرى
is the latter subject of,
إن.
and this verse repeated twice to emphasize the meaning of with hardship comes ease. So now the last two verses are فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ وَإِلَى رَبِّكَ فَارْغَبْ, meaning, so whenever you are done, strive in devotion, and to your Lord turn wishfully.
إذا
Is a conditional particle, means when, or may give the indefinite meaning whenever. The verb following the particle is typically in the past tense, regardless of whether a past, present or future time is intended. Also,
إذا
is typically followed by a verbal sentence with nominal verb order, that is verb plus subject. The condition expressed by
إذا
is generally one which is likely or expected, the only doubt being the time of the event.
فرغت
Is the verb,
فرغ
meaning to be done of duties or to be free, that is in the past tense, in the second singular masculine you. Now this verb belongs to the basic strong form of verbs, which all its radicals are strong or sound.
ف
Is the conjunction that introduces the main clause which follows.
إذا انصب
Is the verb,
نصب
meaning to strive in devotion, in the imperative, in the second singular masculine you. Now this verb belongs to the basic strong form of verbs, which all its radicals are strong or sound.
إلى
Is the preposition to or toward. It indicates here to whom an action is directed, whose.
ربك ارغب
Is the verb,
رغب
meaning to turn wishfully or with longing, or to attend wholeheartedly and humble yourself, in the imperative. In the second singular masculine you. Now this verb belongs to the basic strong form of verbs, which all its radicals are strong or sound. Now the commandment here means when you are no more occupied, you should spend your time in the labor and toil of Allah's worship, and turn all your attention exclusively to your Lord. Now the declension of these verses are
ف
is a conjunction that introduces the verse. The conditional particle
إذا
is a governing term in an idhafa construction,
فرغت
is a verb in the past tense with its subject, and the verbal sentence is the genitive term in the idhafa construction.
ف
Is a bonding tool that introduces the main clause which follows.
إذا انصب
Is a verb in the imperative with a hidden subject, and the sentence is the main clause which contains the expected consequence of the condition if fulfilled.
جواب الشرط و
Is a conjunction,
إلى ربك
is a prepositional phrase,
ف
is a particle without any grammatical place, function,
ارغب
is a verb in the imperative with a hidden subject.